Muscle loss with age is common. But accepting weakness as your new identity? That's a choice, a dangerous one. Society might tell you it's normal to slow down after 70, to take it easy, to stop pushing. But what they're really telling you is to give up. They wrap it in soft words like graceful aging or natural decline, but underneath it's surrender. Let me tell you something uncomfortable. Your body losing strength isn't just about aging. It's about action, or the lack of it. Yes, science says sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss, begins in your 40s and speeds up in your 70s. But science also says resistance training, proper nutrition, and movement can slow it down, even reverse it. So when your legs shake getting out of a chair, when you can't carry your groceries without gasping, when your arms feel like rubber, that's not just age winning, that's you not fighting. And here's the truth. Weakness doesn't come all at once. It creeps in a little at a time. Every day you choose the couch over a walk. Every day you skip a meal or live on junk. Every time you say, I'm too old for that. You think those choices don't matter. Stack up enough of them and one day, you can't get off the toilet without help. That's real. That's how people lose their independence. Not in a dramatic fall, but in slow, daily surrender. But here's where it changes. You don't have to accept that. Your body still responds to effort. It still listens. You can teach your muscles to work again. You can train your legs to carry you with power. You can rebuild what's slipping away if you refuse to accept weakness as your fate. There's nothing normal about letting yourself decay. You weren't built to be helpless. You were built to move, to push, to fight. So yes, muscle loss happens with age. But your response to it? That's not biology, that's mindset. And mindset is everything. You either face weakness head-on and fight, or you watch yourself fade slowly, silently. It's not about running marathons or lifting heavy weights. It's about walking every day. It's about getting on the floor and getting back up. It's about pushing your body so it remembers what it was made to do. You're not powerless unless you act like you are. Weakness is knocking. You gonna let it in, or are you gonna get strong and slam the door shut? When your body starts breaking down, it's not doing it quietly. It's sending you messages, loud, clear, and often painful. The aches in your knees, the trembling in your arms, the struggle to get out of bed. They're not just signs of age. They're warnings. Warnings that something deeper is wrong, and you better pay attention. Most people ignore these signs. They chalk it up to getting older, as if that's some kind of free pass to stop trying. But when your body talks, and you don't listen, you pay the price. Sometimes with your mobility, sometimes with your freedom, and eventually with your life. Your body doesn't betray you. You betray your body when you stop treating it like a priority. That weakness you feel in your muscles could be from inactivity, sure, but it could also be from chronic illness, nerve damage, malnutrition, or even something more serious like Parkinson's or early onset dementia. And yet, what do most people do? They ignore it. They take another painkiller. They sit down for just a bit longer. And every single time they do, the body breaks down a little more. That's not aging. That's self-destruction in slow motion. You want to know who survives aging well? The people who, at the moment the body gives them a signal. They don't wait until they can't walk. They don't wait until they're in the hospital. They move. They ask questions. They demand answers. They train their body like their life depends on it. Because it does. You think weakness is a natural part of aging? That's only true if you let it be. If you tell yourself that it's just part of the deal, that you've earned the right to relax and deteriorate, then yes, you'll break down faster than you can imagine. But if instead you treat every signal, every ache, every loss of balance, every moment of weakness, as an opportunity to get stronger, you change the story. You start eating right. You start stretching. You get out of the damn chair and start walking again, even if it hurts. You don't ask if it's easy. You ask if it's necessary. And it always is. Because the moment you stop listening to your body is the moment you give it permission to shut down. So no, muscle weakness in old age isn't just some normal background noise. It's an alarm, a red flashing light, a siren in the dark. And it's not asking you. It's daring. You to do something about it. You either listen and take control, or you ignore it and fall apart. The body doesn't lie, but it does test you, and only those who respond with action pass the test. When your muscles start feeling weak in old age, it's easy to shrug it off, easy to say, it's just part of getting older. But sometimes weakness isn't just weakness, it's something much bigger hiding underneath. It's not just that you're tired or haven't moved much. Sometimes that slow, creeping loss of strength is your body's way of telling you something deeper is going wrong, something you're not seeing, something you might be ignoring, because muscle weakness can be more than just age. It can be a warning of disease, neglect, or something even more dangerous, mental surrender. You don't lose strength overnight. It slips away little by little, day after day of not using your body. But there's another layer to this, your mind. When your mindset starts to weaken, your body follows. When you tell yourself, I can't, your body listens. When you stop trying, your muscles stop fighting. You want to know the real killer behind muscle weakness? It's not always age or disease or even diet. It's when people stop caring, when they start living like they're already done. That's when the body breaks down fastest, when the will is gone. But muscle weakness can also be a sign of something medical. It could mean poor blood circulation, nerve damage, vitamin deficiencies, or early signs of neurological conditions. And if you ignore it, you miss your chance to do something early. You miss the chance to fight. That trembling in your hands could be more than tiredness. That difficulty standing up from a chair could be more than stiffness. These are the signs people overlook and then regret it when it's too late. The body always gives clues, but we've been trained to silence them. Don't complain. You're just getting old. Take it easy. That's not advice. That's a trap. And then there's neglect. The years you didn't move enough, the food you didn't pay attention to, the sleep you skipped, the water you didn't drink, it all adds up. Muscle weakness is what happens when neglect shows up in physical form. But the good news? Just like it was built over time, it can be torn down. You can rebuild, you can reverse damage, you can regain strength if you're willing to work. But it starts with one thing: accountability. You have to stop blaming age, stop blaming the weather, the doctors, your schedule. You have to own the fact that some of this is in your control, and some of it can be changed. Because if you don't, that muscle weakness becomes your new reality. You stop walking. You need help for everything. You become dependent. And once that happens, getting it back is 10 times harder. So ask yourself, is this just age? Or is your body warning you about something you've been pretending not to see? Either way, it's time to stop waiting. It's time to take action. Weakness might visit, but you don't have to let it stay. You are not a victim of age. You are a victim of excuses. That's the raw truth most people won't tell you. It's easy to point fingers at time, at biology, at getting old, but the real enemy is not age. It's comfort. It's choosing the soft path when your body needs resistance. It's sitting down when you should be standing up. It's telling yourself you've earned the right to rest, when what you really need is to fight harder than ever. You lose strength when you stop challenging yourself, not when you turn 70. Muscle weakness isn't just a condition. It's the result of years of making the wrong choice. Every day you choose not to stretch, not to walk, not to lift anything heavier than a remote. You choose weakness. You don't mean to, but you do. And then it builds. A little stiffness here, a little instability there. You tell yourself it's just age, and you let it slide. But those little excuses become your reality. You wake up one day and can't get out of bed without help. And you think it just happened. No, it was built, one excuse at a time. The truth is, aging doesn't take your strength. Neglect does. The same muscles that carried you through your youth can still serve you in your later years. But only if you train them. Only if you demand more from them. That doesn't mean lifting heavy weights or running marathons. It means moving every single day. It means pushing your body just enough to keep it alive, alert, and strong. It means no more excuses. People say, "But I'm too old." You're not. That's your mind quitting before your body does. As long as you're breathing, there's something you can do. Can't walk far? Walk a few steps. Can't lift much? Lift whatever you can. Use soup cans, use water bottles, use your body weight. The tool doesn't matter. The mindset does. You either choose strength or you choose decline. And every day you make that choice. Even worse, people surround themselves with others who encourage weakness. They say, "Take it easy. Don't push yourself. You've done enough." That's poison. That's the kind of thinking that puts people in nursing homes long before their time. If no one around you is pushing you to fight for your strength, then you've got to push yourself. Because if you don't, you lose more than muscle. You lose freedom. You lose confidence. You lose control of your own life. So no, you're not a victim of age. That's the easy way out. You're a victim of the excuses you keep feeding yourself. Break them. Get uncomfortable. Fight for your strength. Because the moment you stop fighting, weakness wins. And once it wins, it doesn't let go easily. So don't wait. Get up. Start now. No more excuse. Pain is real. Aging is real. But quitting? That's always a choice. Always. There's no sugarcoating it. Getting older brings challenges. Your joints ache, your balance changes, your energy drops. But none of that gives you permission to stop trying. Too many people treat old age like a finish line. They think the hard work is over, that they've earned the right to just take it easy and let life slow down. But here's the truth. The moment you stop pushing, you start dying. Slowly, silently, and without even realizing it. Comfort is the slowest form of decline. The world tells you to be gentle with yourself, and yes, there's wisdom in that. But there's a dangerous edge to it. Being gentle doesn't mean being weak. It doesn't mean giving up. It doesn't mean surrendering to the idea that because you're 70 or 80, you should just sit back and fade. No. You've been through too much. You've survived too much. You've earned something better than slow decay. You've earned the right to fight until your last breath. Because every day you fight, you stay in control. And control is everything. Quitting sneaks in. It doesn't always look like giving up. Sometimes it looks like skipping that short walk you promised yourself. Sometimes it's choosing the elevator when you could take the stairs. Sometimes it's letting your muscles stay stiff and your mind stay foggy because what's the point? The point is this. Every little action you take is a message to your body. It says, "I'm not done." It says, "I've still got more in the tank." Or it says, "I've stopped trying." And your body listens. You don't have to run a race or lift heavy weights to keep going. You just have to move. You just have to try. You don't let pain stop you. You let it teach you. You adapt. You stretch. You breathe through the discomfort and show your body that you're still in charge. That's what strength looks like at this age. Not perfection, persistence. And let's be clear, it's not about never falling. It's about refusing to stay down. Maybe you've lost strength, maybe you've been sick, maybe you haven't trained your body in years, so what? Start now, start slow. Start where you are with what you've got. Because it's not too late, it's only too late when you decide it is. Aging is not the enemy, quitting is. And when you choose to show up, even when it hurts, even when you're tired, even when no one else is watching, that's power. That's purpose. That's what separates those who fade from those who live until their very last day. So yes, pain is real, but giving up, that's on you. And you're stronger than that. Keep fighting, keep moving, don't quit. Growing. Older is not a sentence. It's a test of will, of discipline, of how much fight you've got left in you. Muscle weakness, pain, fatigue, they're real. But they're not the end of the story unless you let them be. Weakness might come knocking, but whether it stays or gets kicked out depends on you. You're not powerless. You're not broken. You're not done. Every day you wake up is another chance to push back against decline, to move, to grow stronger, and to remind the world, and yourself, that age doesn't define you, effort does. So don't accept weakness as your fate. Fight it. Train through it. Stand up, step forward, and show this world that you're still in the game. Because you are